What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Bear. This is my channel, PokeGoHeroes, where just like in the anime, the heroes go on amazing adventures. You are the hero of this story. I'm here as your guide for all things Pokemon Go. We're going to get the most out of the game. We're going to have the most fun. And in this next event, we're going to talk about somebody is making a special appearance, of which I am very excited. I am still on the hunt for a Hundo Snorlax. And so maybe this will be our year. Usually this time of year around Thanksgiving, there's some event where Snorlax is at least around. Without further ado, let's dive into the Harvest Festival 2024. All right, so the Harvest Festival. The format of this video is we're going to go through the event, all the details of the event, and then we're going to go through all the spawns and or raidable Pokemon or special spawns that go off of instance, whatever the case may be. And we're going to go through their PvP viability as well as their PvE. PvP meaning player versus player, and PvE meaning player versus environment. So like rating. The event starts Thursday, November 7th, so tomorrow at 10 a.m. your local time. And then it ends on Tuesday, November 12th around 8 p.m. Bonuses are 2 times catch candy. So if these spawns are something that you're wanting to max out in the future or use for PvP, I would recommend catching lots of those and increased chance to encounter Shiny Pumpkaboo. I'm excited about that one because I have 2 Shiny Pumpkaboos to date, and I want to get at least 2 more for Pokemon Home. I have a soft spot for Pumpkaboo. I played Red and Blue when I was a kid, and then the game after that I played was Sword and Shield. And when you play Sword and Shield Pumpkaboo, you can encounter a Pumpkaboo early on in the game, and so I played with Pumpkaboo all the way throughout the story of the game, and so I've got a soft spot in my heart for Gourgeist. Mossy lures. This is the part that is the highlight for me. Well, there's 2 highlights. This is one of them. Mossy lures will have special encounters, including Alolan Executor, Snorlax, Let's Go, Pumpkaboo, and Smoliv. Pumpkaboo is attracted to the Mossy lure will have a chance of being supersized Pumpkaboo. That doesn't mean a whole lot. If you like the size being bigger, that's important to you, then that part will matter to you. For me, the size is not so important. As long as a Pokemon's like normal or large. Sometimes I get frustrated with like an extra small Snorlax or an extra small Rhyperior, something like that. I do find it a little frustrating sometimes because I have got a Hundo before and it was extra small, and it's just kind of, but regardless, let's see. So here are our spawns. We've got Oddish, Execute, Hoppip, Sunkern, Miltank, Zigzagoon, Bunnelby, Pumpkaboo, and Smoliv. This is the first time Smoliv can be shiny, so I know I'll be hunting that one. I'm always excited to see a new shiny, so that's another highlight for this event for me. Field research tasks. I always tell people to do as many of those as you can as they relate to the Pokemon, because if you don't have a Hundo, that's a great way to try to get a Hundo. 1 in 212 odds. For paid time research, we've got for $2. I do these because they're just worth it. So you get 2 Mossy lures, 1 incense. So there's $3 worth of items right there for $2. Saves you a little bit. I recommend doing it. There'll be a collection challenge. Obviously, I recommend doing those as well, because typically with a collection challenge, there are spawns, and those also have the same odds. So you could do a piece of a collection challenge or the whole thing, and you're going to get multiple encounters because of the collection challenge. And those have the same odds of being a Hundo as like a raid or field research. All right, got a cough drop. We're going to talk about the PvP viability of these first. How will they perform in the Great, Ultra, and Master League? If you don't know, Oddish evolves into Vileplume. Vileplume is 668 and ranked in the Great League, which is not good, and 586 in the Ultra, and it won't even be in the rankings in the Master League. Oddish is not great for PvP. That's okay. Not everything needs to be. Next is Execute. If you don't know, Execute evolves into Executor. Even worse, 836, 857 in the Great League and in the Ultra. A little better. 659. Hoppip. Now this is where it gets interesting. Hoppip evolves into Jumpluff. Jumpluff number 23 in the Great League, so you definitely want to be going for that. And then the Ultra, not as good, 544. But I've seen that thing do some work in the Great League, so you definitely want to get that one. Next up is, so I'm trying not to be annoying with my cough drop. Next up is Sunkern, which evolves into Sunflora. Sunflora is not good in the Great League, and unfortunately it's also not good in the Ultra. Miltank. Miltank is good in the Great League, if I recall. Number 54. It's because that rollout got a buff last season, which it's in the top 5 normal types. So definitely want to get yourself a Great League and potentially a Ultra League of those. Lanoon. Unfortunately, Lanoon is just, it's just not great. 324 in the Great League. Goon evolves into Lanoon, and it's not even ranked in the Ultra. Diggersby, let's go. Diggersby is number 7 overall in the Great League. Incredible. And then the Ultra, because it's not even ranked in the Ultra League. Yeah. And then Gourgeist, unfortunately. Arboliva, which is the evolution of Smoliv. It's not good for the Great League or the Ultra League. So it's 466 in the Ultra. And 592 in the Great. Again, not good. Gourgeist, just not great overall. The 400s to 500s in the Great League. And in the 300s in the Ultra. Which again is fine. Not everything needs to be PvP viable. We'll talk about Snorlax as well. Snorlax 319 in the Great League. I personally would try to get a good PvP roll of that one as well. I think it's just a moveset away from being way up higher in the rankings. And 245 in the Ultra League. I would recommend trying to get a PvP roll of Snorlax as well, just because right now it's not PvP viable, but I think its stats are solid, so it could be in the future. If they change up the movesets, which they do every year. Okay, next up, let's talk about the rankings of these as far as raid attackers. At a high level, none of them are amazing. Actually, at every level. But none of these are really good for PvE, which is okay. Snorlax is the only exception to that. He's number 7 for normal types, but normal isn't super effective against any thing. It doesn't really make sense to use in raids a whole lot. I guess an argument could be made if you taught it a move set like Lake, it might be good against Ghost. You could maybe make that argument, but you're probably gonna consistently have better choices there. Snorlax, however, is a great gym defender, so definitely try to get a hundo of that for your gym defending. Blissey still outranks it, and so does Chansey, but it's still a good choice. Ground types, I had this pulled up because Diggersby for rating, but Diggersby is so far down. Number 47. There's just a lot better choices for rating. Overall, for PvE, the only one here that I think is worth it would be Snorlax, and that's for gym defending purposes. That's it in a nutshell. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I don't think so. So overall, this event introduces a new shiny, Snorlax, and then Diggersby and Jumpluff. So Bunnelby and Hoppip. Those and Miltank. Those are the ones for gameplay mechanic purposes you should be interested in. So when I say gameplay mechanic, I mean in PvP or PvE. Obviously, if you love Oddish, get out there and catch as many Oddishes as you can and smile the whole time because it's worth it. You know, just have a great time. Don't let game mechanics determine what you like or don't like. I know for me, I love Pumpkaboo, and I'll be catching as many of those as I can to get more candy, the Stardust, and to get the shiny family. That's it for this video. Thank y'all for tuning in. I apologize for the weird cough. I'm trying to work something out here. Please like and subscribe to these videos. I'm trying to push my videos towards the top of the algorithm, and hopefully, you know, a year from now or however long, I'll keep providing this quality content, and I'm going to add to it. It's going to get better every time, and eventually we'll get a good community going here. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll see you out there.